Once upon a time, in a small village in Nigeria, there lived a girl named Adaobi. Adaobi was a bright and lively child, but she always found herself in trouble. She loved playing in the rain, running through the market barefoot, and climbing trees to pick mangoes. Her mother, Mama Ejim, often scolded her. "Adaobi," Mama Ejim would shout, "come down from that tree before you break your leg. Girls like you should be helping in the kitchen, not climbing like a monkey." But Adaobi didn't listen. She loved being free and doing things her own way. As she grew older, her actions began to upset her mother even more. Adaobi would skip important family gatherings, talk back to elders. In their village, tradition was everything. Girls were expected to be respectful, humble, and obedient. They were taught to value family and to marry young, bringing honor to their parents. But Adaobi didn't seem to care. When the village elders would call meetings to discuss important matters, Adaobi would slip away to the riverbank, where she would daydream for hours or write her own stories on banana leaves. Mama Ejim was growing more frustrated by the day. The other women in the village began whispering behind her back. This Adaobi, she will bring disgrace to her family," one woman said. "How can a girl be so stubborn?" another added. "Poor Ejim. She must be so ashamed." Mama Ejim felt the sting of their words like a slap on her face. She would go home, her anger bubbling inside her like hot oil. "Adaobi," she would scream, "do you hear what people are saying about us? Do you know how much shame you are bringing to this family?" But Adaobi would shrug. "Mama, I don't care what they say. Let them talk. It's my life." This only made Mama Ejim angrier. "Your life? Huh, what life? You are my daughter, and you will do as I say." Things got worse when suitors began to visit their home. Adaobi was now a young woman, and many men were interested in marrying her. One day, a wealthy cocoa farmer named Emeka came to their house. He was older than Adaobi, with a large belly and a booming voice. "I have heard of your daughter's beauty," Emeka said, smiling widely. "I will take good care of her. She will never lack anything." Mama Ejim was thrilled. Emeka was rich and respected in the village. But when she called Adaobi to greet him, Adaobi frowned. "I will not marry him," she said bluntly. "He's old enough to be my father." "Are you mad?" Mama Ejim hissed. "Do you know how lucky you are? Emeka is a good man." "I don't care," Adaobi replied. "I want to marry someone I love, not someone you choose for me." Emeka left angrily, and Mama Ejim was humiliated. After that day, no other suitor dared to come to their home. News of Adaobi's stubbornness had spread far and wide. As the months went by, the tension between mother and daughter grew unbearable. One fateful day, during a big family celebration, Adaobi refused to help serve food to the guests. Instead, she sat under a tree reading a book. When Mama Ejim saw her, she exploded with anger. "Adaobi, how do you sit there while everyone else is working? You are the first daughter. You should be setting an example." "Why should I?" Adaobi replied, looking up from her book. "I didn't ask for the celebration. If you want to impress people, do it yourself." Gasps filled the air as the guests stared in shock. Mama Ejim's face turned red with shame. Unable to control her rage, she grabbed Adaobi's arm and dragged her inside the house. "You are a disgrace."